I'm Josh Kavorkin, and your business is my business. Huge news from Tokyo today. The Nippon Daily News has revealed a secret Arasaka project called Relic. Rumors had been swirling for a while about some sort of groundbreaking new tech, but even the biggest names in stocks had no clue what was coming. According to reporters from Nippon Daily News, the Relic is a biochip onto which you can transfer someone's, consciousness, mind, soul. This chip contains a person's neural engram, as it's technically called, which you then connect to your own interface and voila! Now your brain has company. Can you imagine? Your mom dies at Christmas dinner. You pop her engram back in your head, and you pick your conversation right up where you left off. But, don't reach for those wallets yet. In an official statement, Arasaka has said the Relic won't yet go on sale in the foreseeable future, and is likely to be limited to an exclusive client pool. Sounds like us scop-sucking peasants will have to settle buying Arasaka shares. Did you hear me? Buy! This announcement could take the roof off. That's it for now, Night City. And remember, you've got what it takes to earn those eddies. Hello, Night City. As always, your business is my business. Today we'll be taking a deep dive into Petrochem Better Life. How's the Chew-2 super producer doing these days? In a word, tanking. 2076 was a painful year for Petrochem, thanks to severe droughts. Soybean and corn, the fuel's primary components, suffered record low yields. And the salt in the wound? The governments of Brazil and Colombia, where Petrochem has its largest plantations, have planned to seize crop harvests in an effort to quell surging famine and unrest. Although Petrochem's expert team of lobbyists have prevented the seizures so far, company stock still plummeted as much as 11% last year. But before you kick him out of the window, Petrochem CEO Lars Mohammed announced last week the planned acquisition of 1 million acres of arable land in the USSR, specifically in its Kazakh, Turkmen, and Dagestani territories. Such a weighty investment likely ensures the company will never again suffer from supply shortages that could slow the flow of Chew-2. Should Mohammed's gamble pay dividends, we can expect a mighty resurgence of investor confidence and skyrocketing stock prices. In other words, get out there and buy. And that's today's juiciest take. Until next time, Night City. Hello, Night City. As always, your business is my business. Today, we crack open and dissect More Technologies, the industry leader in full-body conversion. Not long ago, More released its newest class of high-grade implants, the Brighthorn K Titanium Skull, Eiger T Bone Series, and the Houstock W Arm Series. Meanwhile, their first major success continues to rake in steady sales. The LISCAM-C Immunological Override System has proven an essential buy for cyberware enthusiasts everywhere. Yet, just last year, Moore Technologies was rocked by allegations that, relative to competitors, their implants greatly accelerate the effects of cyberpsychosis. But the PR and legal teams of the Swiss giant managed to quickly stomp out that fire. The journalist who broke the story, Franz K., was found guilty of defamation and sentenced to 10 years. All things considered, I see a bright light on the horizon for More Technologies in the coming years. My recommendation? Buy now and never look back. Hello, Night City. As always, your business is my business. Today we tackle a homegrown giant in defense. You guessed it, Militech. At first glance, Militech's portfolio looks gold-plated. 500,000 employees worldwide, profits in the hundreds of billions, capitalization on the order of some $2 trillion. But do we accept these jaw-dropping numbers as the product of healthy competition? Or being in bed with the authoritarian NUSA government. The line between Militech and the feds has always been fluid. CEO Donald Lundy previously headed the Pentagon. Elizabeth Kress, former president of the company for the greater part of a decade, later became president of the NUSA. And who replaced Kress in the Oval Office? Rosalind Myers. Surprise, surprise, Militech's former CEO. Responsible for over 60% of contracts, the NUSA is far and away their largest customer. Though, in truth, these sales amount to no more than hidden government subsidies. This should raise a huge red flag for any investor with half a brain. Militech is suckling at the giant teat that is the capital. But should Washington ever run dry, kablamo! Want my recommendation? Sell, sell, and sell some more. And if you're unsure where to shove all that cash on short notice, you can't go wrong with the Arasaka money machine. Stay steady and make eddies, my friends. Until next time, NC. Hey, I'm Josh Kavorkin, and as always, your business is my business. We'll kick off the day with a broad scan of the market. Kiroshi climbs 2, Quadra dips by 1, New American Auto Works revs up by 1.5. But the day's big head turner? Orbital Air rocketing by 10 points. Don't touch that volume. You heard right. 10 points. But why? How? Coming off a disappointing year, no new announcements, the release of longtime CEO Leslie Wawuda. Who could justify even an any of investment into the stagnant aerospace giant? And yet, don't forget, folks, many huge accounts out there are managed by AIs. You blink an eye and they've already bought and sold shares twice over in billion-euro-dollar deals. The problem is we don't always know what drives their decisions, and frankly, the owners of the funds they manage couldn't care less, so long as they see those profits ticking up. But, my dear viewers, I say we dig deeper. How could Orbital Air grow so drastically, so quickly? My friends, I see only one logical explanation. Those AIs expect a big boost in demand for orbital flights in the very near future. But why? World war? Environmental catastrophe? Perhaps the rise of the machines? That we may never know. Whatever conclusion the AIs have deduced from their data crunch, they seem intent on keeping it to themselves. Regardless of our fates, the time to buy is now. After all, we may need the windfall to buy our tickets to the moon once the world finally goes to hell. Night City! Josh Kavorkin here. And as always, your business is my business. Anyone out there still clinging onto shares in the NCPD? If so, I recommend getting the doctor who woke you up from that coma to call your broker ASAP. But in all seriousness, abandon ship! Sell, sell, sell! The Night City police force is reeling from yet another day in the red. Since January, the NCPD's capitalization has slumped by a whopping 17%. And just after the force seemed poised for a meteoric rise, following its privatization in 2076, they announced an ambitious recovery proposal. A Drones for Cops replacement plan, a €5 per minute 911 hotline, a closer partnership with privatized prisons, but by the year's end, the gaping hole in their budget didn't shrink an inch. The mayor's office has a new proposal on the table for this lingering police problem. In the New Solutions corner stand lobbyists from the corporate security industry. And you know what, folks? I say it's about damn time. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. The NCPD is a relic, a fossil. They're too blind to see that it's profit that drives success. If you want to be safe, and I mean truly safe, invest in the Ofuda protection plan from Arasaka. Take advantage of a today-only promo price of €100,000 to keep you secure for an entire year. Spend wiser, never a miser, my friends. That's it today for Your Business is My Business. Until next time. Hello, Night City. As always, your business is my business. Let's dive straight into today's big story, folks. Arasaka has announced the sale of its unprofitable facilities in Kitakyushu and Fukuoka. This is just the next step in the bold restructuring plan spearheaded by new CEO Yorinobu Arasaka, which he announced at last week's shareholders meeting. Some analysts have estimated the savings from these cuts could amount to upwards of 20 billion euro dollars. According to sources close to the CEO, the sale's initial boon will be used to fund new research and development centers. Though long considered a black sheep in the Arasaka dynasty, Yorinobu has apparently erased investors' doubts. After a shaky start, Arasaka Corp has jumped by 3%. But what's next for the Japanese Colossus? Tune in to the next Your Business is My Business to find out. Hey, Night City! Today, as always, your business is my business. I've got big news for all you hungry investors. Yorinobu Arasaka is convening an emergency meeting of the Arasaka Supervisory Board in Night City. Top execs from Tokyo headquarters, branch directors from Paris, Shanghai, Kinshasa, a great big meeting of the minds. Now, the official press release didn't give a reason for the meeting, but analysts are pointing the finger at a bloodbath of internal politics. The young Arasaka likely plans to consolidate control, with some of the core management team he inherited from Saburo getting kicked to the curb. Or could they need a battle plan, with times getting tense between Arasaka and the Militech NUSA alliance? It's no secret Yorinobu prefers sticks to carrots, but I wouldn't be shocked if the board is singing to a different tune. Want my recommendation? I think you know what I'm going to say. Buy! Anybody with a wallet and half a brain already has Arasaka in their portfolio. But if you don't, time to hop on the Arasaka money-making machine. That's it for today, Night City. And remember, you've got what it takes to earn those eddies. Good evening, Night City. We begin tonight with a look at the stock market, as always. Following another attack on Arasaka's Night City HQ, the Japanese Goliath has plummeted by 17%. And we should expect that slide to continue, say analysts. According to a statement from the NCPD, the attack was carried out by a group of nomads who pierced the tower via a maglev railway tunnel. Panic has saturated the market. This latest slump has led to losses in excess of 500 billion euro dollars. Arasaka CEO Yorinobu Arasaka has since evacuated his Night City office for Tokyo. In light of these events, I have only one recommendation, my friends. Sell. Sell now, while you still can. Good evening, Night City. We begin tonight with a look at the stock market, as usual. In the wake of another attack on Arasaka's Night City HQ, the Japanese Goliath has plummeted by 17%. And we should expect that slide to continue, say analysts. According to a statement from the NCPD, a terrorist cell is believed to be responsible, but it remains unknown who funded the attack and why. Panic has saturated the market. This latest slump has led to losses in excess of 500 billion euro dollars. Arasaka CEO Yorinobu Arasaka has since evacuated his Night City office for Tokyo. In light of these events, I have only one recommendation, my friends. Sell. Sell now, while you still can.
Night City, welcome back. I'm Josh Kavorkin, and your business is my business. A big heads up to all you Eddie-savvy investors. Trauma Team is set for a crash landing. down 7 points today, and tomorrow isn't looking any better. What the hell happened? Well, one of their clients, holder of a gold card no less, died under their watch. Dominic Sampson, a senior manager at Militech, was burning rubber in an illegal street race when he was attacked by unknown assailants. A trauma team paramedic crew was sent immediately to the scene, but they couldn't get Sampson out alive. This is the first death of a gold card holder in 7 years, ever since the FCO of Arasaka and Finch died during the so-called Maple Revolution. I don't know what kind of nasties could have fought back a TT medic squad, but sheesh, hope I never see him in a dark alley. That's it for now, Night City. Remember, stay safe and earn eddies. Good evening, Night City. Tonight's Finance Flash begins, as always, with a look at stocks. Kang Tao is down 3.2% following the seizure of their Caracas facility by Venezuelan rebel forces. Suffering a similar drop was Kendachi in the wake of a disappointing quarterly report. Today's success story, however, belongs to Arasaka Corp., who rumbles on with a strong 7% push. With that, the Japanese giant's market valuation has finally crossed the incredible €3 trillion mark. Even at a hefty €200 a pop, and I can't believe I'm saying this, the smart move is still to buy.